First, for the Columbus Crew U23. In goal, number 1, Carter Richardson. Number 2, Agamine Bismarck. Number 3, Abdi Mohammed. Number 7, Emmanuel Apraya. Number 10, Jack Dietrich. Number 11, Jaleem Bayo. Number 12, Alex Bumpus. Number 13, Shay Smalley. Number 15, AJ Patterson. Number 16, Niall Loggy. And number 19, Jordan Jones. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting 11 for your Dayton Dynamo. In goal, single zero, Ryan Hollings. A defender, number 7, Jimmy Foltz. A defender, number 14, Austin Lewis. A defender, number 18, Brad Schluter. Defender, number 20, Christian Alexander. Midfielder, number 11, Austin Horton. Midfielder, number 13, Connor Hughes. Midfielder, number 23, Christoph Rapix. Midfielder, number 24, David Janas. Forward, number 12, Tristan Lyle. And forward, number 22, Alberto Zaragoza. Ladies and gentlemen, your Dayton Dynamo are led under the guidance of head coach Dan Greist, with goalkeeper coach Catherine Gordon and assistants Jeff Monbach and James Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise, remove your caps, and face the American flag right by the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Okay, thanks. I feel better.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's match time. What time is it? Match time. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the official YouTube stream of the Dayton Dynamo, and we have a friendly on tap for you this Thursday. Here from John Q. Sherman Field at Roger Glass Stadium, it will be the Dayton Dynamo versus the Columbus Crew U23s. Lee W. Mound with you here, pulling double duty at the moment as the PA announcer and the play-by-play voice of your Dayton Dynamo. Thanks for joining us tonight. Dayton comes in with an NPSL record of 5-2-2, 5 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. But in friendlies, 0-2. Counting the college games to start out 2017, 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. They're taking on the Columbus Crew U23. We'll go ahead and tell you that it's Carter Richardson guarding the net tonight for Columbus, and Ryan Hollings in the net for Dayton. And the starting 10 for the Crew, Agamine Bismarck, Abdi Mohammed, Emmanuel Apraya, Jaleem Bayo from Wright State, Alex Bumpus, Shay Smalley, Niall Loggy, along with Jack Dietrich, Jordan Jones, AJ Patterson make up the starting 11 as the Crew in the black tops, white numbers on the back, and golden yellow shorts, and the Dayton Dynamo in the white and gray Barber Pole Stripes in the blue numbers. They'll start this 11. Ryan Hollings in net in the red and the darker shade of red. Austin Lewis, Jimmy Fultz, Christian Alexander, and Brad Schluter make up the back line. Austin Horton, Christoph Rapix, David Janis, and Connor Hughes in the midfield. And up top, Alberto Zaragoza, the hero of the 2-1 win at Rochester a while back for the Dynamo. And Tristan Lyle, also a Wright State product. Dan Grice leads this Dynamo squad, his first full season out the helm. Goalkeeper coach Catherine Gordon, and assistants Jeff Mombeck and James Thomas. This video brought to you live by Net Edge Training. Khalil handling the camera this evening. And we're about underway here. Dayton Dynamo versus the Columbus Crew, U23. Columbus will start heading from the right to the left, and Dayton left to right. Heading away from the supporters squad, the Gem City Squadron. We're underway here from downtown Dayton, Ohio, and the Dynamo defense has the first touch. In this contest, like I mentioned, it is a friendly, but in this contest, it's more about getting the young legs out there, getting them some summer experience. As Richardson, his first touch with the ball. He'll require Mohammed to come back and control it as the quarterback of the defensive line. Goes on the left wing for the Crew, U23. Marching up is Niall Loggy. Towards the left, it's Smalley. Goes back for Loggy on the left wing. Pursued heavily now by the Dynamo Tristan Lyle. Jaleem Bile tangled up. It goes out of bounds off the Dynamo. A throw-in for Columbus Crew SC U23s. Lots of clouds surrounding us in just the second minute of our friendly. Like I mentioned, Dayton overall in 2017, 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw, and that includes the games versus colleges and universities. That'll be a goal kick on the way for the Dynamo. The goal differential in conference play is +2 for Dayton, with 10 goals scored and 8 allowed, but in friendlies, not counting the college games, -6, and that is hemorrhaged heavily by the 5-0 loss at Toledo Villa FC, who will be making the return trip to downtown Dayton sometime in July. Here's Lyle, heads it up ahead, gets past the 4 on the back line. Good pickup by the Dynamo off the back line, almost off the hand, and it is off the hand of Niall Loggy, and the referee will whistle it. And it will be a penalty kick on the way. Penalty kick, Dayton! Like I mentioned, doing double duty, so pardon the everything. Tristan Lyle takes this penalty kick for the Dynamo, going against Carter Richardson of Columbus. 3rd minute, and here comes Lyle. Off the crossbar, lands right in front of Lyle, and that's going to be a goal kick for Richardson. Back-to-back home games with the Dynamo, unable to cash in on a penalty kick. This time Lyle going top shelf. In the 3rd minute, where he remains scoreless. Last year, the Crew U23 squad back at Welcome Stadium handed the Dynamo a 3-0 loss. A whistle and a foul going in favor of the U23 Crew. Free kick on the way for the visitors in the Blacktops. 4th minute of action. 0-0 game here at Roger Glass Stadium. Nice turnout of fans. Also, Young Professionals Night by Up Dayton. The young professionals got an opportunity to watch this game for free from Roger Glass. Popped off the shoe of a Dynamo defender. Throw in for Columbus. Bouncing around. I believe that's Praya, listed as number 7. Now here's Bio. He's got good speed. He spins it over towards the left for Dietrich, and the Dynamo defense holds strong. Up top, bounces off the knees of Lyle, intercepted by Loggy, who'll go right back to Carter Richardson out of the box. Want to thank our sponsors of the Dayton Dynamo. They include Voss Auto Network, Circuits and Cables, Premier Health, Modelo Especial, WG Grinders handles the concessions for us during the home games. Exception of one, I believe that one coming up soon. It'll be a food truck night. Turnover, picked up by Janis in the midfield. Goes towards his left. Bursting on is Bismarck, trying to cause a turnover. 5th minute, right wing time. Dynamo on the attack, blistered high, and heading towards the concession stand. It won't make it there. There'll be a goal kick for Columbus Crew, SCU23. Mohammed starts things off again. Like I mentioned, 22 names off the official dress list for Dayton. It's a friendly, so you don't have to abide by the 18. You're going to see a lot of faces swap in, swap out. It's about growing in this game. A W is sweet. Don't question that. But it's about the experience. Up top, here's Bismarck offering one. He hits the fence, and it's going to be a corner kick for the U23 Crew. Corner kick, Columbus Crew U23. Taken by number 10, Jack Dietrich. And it's going to be Bismarck placing the corner kick. First corner of the game, it goes to the visiting Crew. 6th minute. Low liner off the head of Janis. And corner kick on the way. Corner kick, Columbus Crew, U23. Taken by number 10, Jack Dietrich. Second corner in the 6th minute for Columbus. Another low liner, and Janis again gets a hold of it. This time sails it towards the left side of the pitch. Picked up again by the Crew. As we enter the 7th minute. Dayton Dynamo versus Columbus Crew U23s. A nice night, as it has cooled down considerably. Of course, the humidity is still in play. Here's Bismarck, right wing, held strongly by Brad Schluter. Throw in on the way for the Crew, right on the chest of Dietrich. Pulls it back. Here's Jaleem Bio. Bio spins it around and whisked away, and a free kick just outside the boxes for Columbus. Tough spot for Dynamo defense to pick up, but that's going to be a foul on the Dynamo, and Dietrich takes his free kick. Wall of now 5 Dynamo defenders. They'll be pushed back 10 yards, of course. And a triangle of 3 Crewsmen, now standing about what the American football 14-yard line would be. 8th minute now begins. Dangerous free kick on the way for Columbus. It's Mohammed taking this one. He had a pair of goals last year in the victory in Dayton. And actually Mohammed lays off. It is taken by Dietrich, and it sails over the crossbar. Goal kick on the way for the Dynamo. Video brought to you by Net Edge Training. Coach Catherine Gordon, the goalie coach for the Dynamo. A couple games ago, sent all this up for us. Appreciate her very, very much. High goal kick. Lot of tail spin. The wind favors the Crew. Bumped in by Schluter. Now here's Lyle stringing one. Janis now up top. Runs out of room. It is a throw-in on the way for the Crew U23s as we enter the 9th minute. Starting to mention the clouds. There are abundance of them tonight. Some of them might be bringing rain. Some of them might just look dark and gloomy. Nice footwork by Dietrich. He has taken both corner kicks so far. Now here's Bio from Prira. Spun away. And heading towards the far touchline. Unable to get it is Dayton's Alberto Zaragoza. And it's going to be a throw-in for Dayton. Last touch by the Crew. Nice turnout of fans here for a Thursday evening affair. Your normal home games Friday nights, Sunday afternoons, which, by the way, Dayton returns home this Sunday. I believe against FC Buffalo. That'll be an afternoon start, 4 o'clock. Of course, you can watch us here on YouTube or experience it for yourself Nice push. Lyle wins it off the far corner. Lyle takes it, looks for help. No one there as two players tangle up. Good sportsmanship, however, by Austin Horton. Helps out the crewman that helped knock them down. Yeah, I love sportsmanship whenever you catch it. 10th minute. Nothing game here at the Glass. It's a friendly between the Columbus Crew U23 and the Dayton Dynamo. Blistered off the shoes of Shea Smalley. Back to Smalley on the left wing. Feeds Bio up top. Trying to string it together. That is a Praya on the far wing, so hopefully we'll figure out who number 17 is. We got the starters for the Crew. I do realize, or not realize, but recognize one of the reserves for the visitors. One of them happened to be Wright State defender Dan Bent from the United Kingdom. 11th minute. Throw in for the Crew in front of the visitors' stands. Fans continue to trickle in. Bismarck now. Gemsay Squadron in their zone, nicknamed the Danger Zone. Yes, named after the great song by Kenny Loggins, and from the movie Top Gun, of course. Ties in quite well with the aviation theme of Dayton, Ohio. You see the back line of the Dynamo go to work now. Two drop deep. Now the up top defender feeds the right wing. So we enter the 12th minute. Just skipping away from Smalley. That pass looking for Janis. A little bit out in front. The Crew get it deep in their defensive zone. Down the nearest touchline over the head of Bio. Skims off the forehead of Diedrich. Popped up top. Off the side of Connor Hughes. Some of these names have played in NPSL play for the Dynamo. Currently sitting up top in the East Division of the Midwest Conference. 5-2-2 with 17 points. That's the top. Foul on the Dynamo from the push from behind on Bismarck. Like the showmanship thus far. Richardson now has to keep it away from Lyle. Gets it out just in time and hits it on top of the trash can and into the fans. That's good aim. I know he wasn't meaning to do that. He was meaning to clear it. Carter Richardson was. But when something that rare happens, you have to put a golden star next to it. You don't have to, but I'm doing it. 13th minute, no score. Dayton Dynamo versus Columbus Crew U23s. Sixth friendly match of 2017 for this Dynamo squad. Third after NPSL play began. Dayton, not counting the college matches, 0-1 at home in friendlies. They dropped a close 3-2 decision to the Cincinnati Dutch Lions, who now call Northern Kentucky University home. Once called Xavier University home for many years in their beginnings. Nice field. Nice hill, too. Up top, the light was Bismarck on the defense. Dynamo have some options. Send in towards the blue boxes. Skips! And goes wide of the net in the 14th minute. It is a goal kick for the Crew. Dynamo getting their licks. They're getting opportunities, including the missed PK opportunity by Tristan Lyle on an accidental hand touch of the ball. In front of Bismarck, Dayton picks it back up. Deep in their third they'll go. Here comes Bismarck. Good speed. And keeps it away from the end line. Back to Dayton. Here's Schluter on the left wing. Spins it back out. Three defenders guarding the back line. Jordan Jones hopping. And Lyle racing for the ball, but that is a direct catch by Carter Richardson. 14th minute, heading into the 15th minute. Nothing game thus far in this friendly. Drums are still beating here. It's great to have a supporter group that will always stand by the side of their club, their town, their city, their club, as I read through the banners across the way. Picked up by Jimmy Foltz. And Foltz intercepted by Jaleem Bio. Speeds down the left wing. And last touch by Schluter. It's a throw-in for Bio in the Crew U23s. Jaleem Bio, a Wright State Raider, along with A.J. Patterson. And also Dan Bant on the bench. Joining fellow Raider Tristan Lyle up top. That's a foul on the Crew, giving Dayton a free kick deep in their defensive zone. Nice wind has cooled us down considerably. It's blowing out towards the east. That's the way you're looking towards the stands out there. You also see the beautiful skyline of downtown Dayton, Ohio. Turnover, Crew have it deep. Right wing time for Apraya. He'll try to blister a shot. Bio trying to pinball it in. However, that's offside against the Crew U23. Bio way out in front. He had the right idea. However, the defenders not quite there to where Bio was. Offside number 1 going against the Crew. 16th minute. And a 0-0 game heading towards the Eagle and head into Dynamo territory. Lyle combines with Smalley's grab at it. Now Smalley gets some help. To Bio now, past the center line. Schluter knocking him down. That's going to draw a foul against Schluter and company. And Bio's Crew won them a free kick. It's Smalley taking this one. He's got Bio towards his right. So we enter the 17th minute with the parking lot getting ever so full across from us. Both lots actually in our sight. There's one behind us. But both lots in our sight, deliciously full of cars, looking to catch this Dynamo squad. One-on-one battle now up top. Onside is Tristan Lyle on the left wing, but he is swarmed with the Crew defense flushing back, especially Bismarck coming in. A good swipe. Here's Lyle. He'll draw the foul and get the free kick on the way for the Dynamo. Good territory here for the Dayton squad. Now into the 18th minute, free kick. Looks like a loose wall of 2 regarding this free kick. Just at the crest of the penalties. Carter Richardson favoring the right side of his area. Let the free kick resume. Runs up towards the ball. Bounce off the head of Austin Horton. And a goal kick on the way for Carter Richardson. Richardson takes this goal kick. Instead of going straight ahead, finds his 2 defenders camped in the corners. Bio running into some trouble on the opposite side of the pitch, going for Bismarck. 19th minute, 0-0 game. The Crew getting to work. They're starting to compile shots. Split between the back defenders. Smalley and Jordan Jones unable to get there in time. Good defense applied by the Dynamo pressure. And Hollings has himself a goal kick. Hollings has been having to battle the wind, as you might be able to tell in the American flag, blowing northeast towards downtown Dayton. That's why his goal kick a couple attempts ago. Here's a rough and tumble. Bio doesn't get the foul, however the Crew still have the throw-in. Nice physical play, let go by the referee and far linesman. Crew now reset it back. Right now it's a 2-2-4-1, and the one's getting the ball in Dietrich. Far corner, drop back. Here's Hollings with the catch. And underneath his grasp is Jordan Jones. Does a nice Loctite job holding on to the ball. And he will send this away in the 20th minute. Nice keeping by Shea Smalley. A tough luck bounce for Janis. Looking to send it up top. Loggy's now having to trickle back for the Crew. Bismarck's in the middle, goes straight ahead. Dietrich, midfield. Nice slice by Apraya, trying to save it away, but here comes Lyle with it. Flicks it into the box. No one there. The closest Dynamo member was Connor Hughes. Some of the names that you might be familiar with Dynamo are not playing tonight. Tate Robertson, not on the dress list. Also Chris DuPont, that's two midfielders. DuPont had a missed PK in the scoreless draw with Rochester last... I think when that game was, last Thursday. Sent in by the Crew. Bio, the closest Crew member. Off the shoulder, turning around defensively. Christian Alexander, throw in for the Crew in front of the Gem City Squadron. As you see their flags blowing towards the net of Hollings. The wind going now purely north. Send in towards the arc. The closest Crew member in the box. Take it away. And sailing high over the head of Tristan Lyle, where Richardson, well out of his arc, sets it up for his team. Dynamo get back to conference play this Sunday at 4. Tickets are just $5 to sit in the visiting bleachers, $10 for the general admission seats on this side of the pitch, and $15 for the seats, the premier seats, or the premium seats. Foul on the shoulders of Emmanuel Apraya. That's going to be a free kick on the way for Dayton. $15 for the premium seats, where your ticket has a little QR code. You scan that code, you get the menu of what you can order, and you can have that food and drink delivered right to your seat. The trek to the concession stand isn't bad. However, there's always that luxury of having your food and grub delivered right to you. First year at Roger Glass Stadium, like I mentioned, for the Dynamo, their first year home in Dayton, Ohio, happened to be Welcome Stadium. Campus of the University of Dayton. Hughes now, with Lyle getting back up. Nice footwork by Hughes. He's blistered away off of Pyra's legs. Stays with the Dynamo to much fan appreciation. 23rd minute. Still a scoreless affair. On top of the scalp of Lyle. Still keeping play. Nice keep by Lyle. He's got a leg down. Knocked down. Finds Janis through his legs. Goes back, and now it's Hughes to Lewis, Austin Lewis. And it's a takeaway for the Crew. U23s. Looking up top, here's Bio. Bio speeds past his defender and puts it in the back of the net. And the Crew take a 1-0 lead. Jaleem Bio finishing the job. That ball hits the turf. And Bio speeds past his defender. And he puts the visiting teams up 1-0. Jaleem Bio out of Wright State University, a very solid college men's soccer program, led by Brian Davis in the Horizon League. Lost in the conference final to UIC 1-0. This year, the Raiders will have to deal with 9 seniors graduated, and Jaleem Bio is going to be looked to take charge up top along with Tristan Lyle. That should be a very healthy forward line for the Raiders. 25th 5th minute, 1-0 Crew U23. Bismarck bops it away from Austin Lewis on the far side of the pitch. It's Columbus's ball. Bio now, double teamed. Off of Lewis again. Another throw in. As the U23 Crews marching down. Keeping it on the right side of the pitch this time. Bio was towards the middle of the flank, but favoring the right side of the field. Halfway through the 25th minute, 1-0 Columbus. Throw in for the Crew U23, much to the disappointment of the Dynamo fans on this side and the Gem City Squadron on the far side of the pitch. One-on-one battle behind the back of Bio. And straight ahead, skipped away by one of the Crew defenders. It's Crew U23 squad. Normal schedule will be NPSL teams. And for the Crew, it's nice to just have that hour 15 trip from Central Ohio. Here's a blast. That goes wide. That's a goal kick out of the reach of Hollings. He does not get his hand on it. Apraya with that opportunity there for Columbus. Some of the subs for the Dynamo start to mosey around. Especially in the second half, you're going to see lots of bodies shuffled. And for the Crew U23s, there's a foul, and it's a free kick for the Dynamo in their defending half. I spy 5 subs. I do not spy different color kit, meaning goalie kit. So Richardson, he's got this full 90. Nice lay for Horton. Spins it towards the left. Skips off the heel of Alexander. And he is robbed of the ball. Gets it back, however, from Bismarck. Walks it into the box. Kicks it back out. The cross knocked away by the Crew. And here comes the counter attack by the black and gold. Raya now left wing. Jordan Jones tangled up. Now is free. Slips it. Looking to go past Jimmy Foltz. However, he turned it over just as he was picking up speed, going straight ahead. So we head towards the sunsetting moments of the 27th minute. The Crew U23's lead 1-0. Janis picks it up. Near corner. Sends a cross towards his left. And a miss by Zaragoza. He's got 1 goal in NPSL play, and it was a big one to get 3 points at Rochester. 28th minute now, 1-0 Columbus, the visitors in the black and the gold, and the Dynamo back in the friendly home white kit with the gray and the white barber pole stripes. Very strong look. Feed through the back line of Columbus. Goal kick for Crew U23. Crew lead 1-0 against the Dayton Dynamo. All the subs now huddle around the head coach. 30th minute. Rolling up, here's Hughes. Straight ahead. Trying to relay it back to Hughes with Jordan Jones standing in the way. Janice picks it up, however, angles it, and it's a Crew throw-in. Like I mentioned, I recognize one of the Crew reserves, Dan Bent, closest to the coach, looking at formations. The top sheet looks like a spreadsheet of some sorts. Actually, looking at it closer with better eyes, it reveals it is half of the pitch, you know, that being an important thing. Goal kick for Dayton, 31st minute, and here come the bevy of subs. Dan Bent's actually wearing number 15, and now they are brought back, the subs. Bent being one of the first to jump on the field, like I mentioned, from the United Kingdom. Dan Bent, joined with 4 other reserves. We'll try to get their names as soon as we can. 32nd minute, here come the 5 subs for the Crew. Bent leading the charge. He'll play on the back. Mohammed has a seat. Apraya will have a rest. Jaleem Bio, who has scored the goal for Columbus, as well. And now the Dynamo, trailing by 1, get back to work off the goal kick from Ryan Hollings. Back up for Hollings is Ethan Dewhurst, his first as a Dayton Dynamo, taking the jersey number of Paulo Pinto, who has found himself a job in Chicago, Illinois. Best of luck to Paulo. His short time with the Dynamo and his collegiate career wrapped up with Cedarville University, a D2 school in the NCAAs in eastern Greene County, Ohio. Racing in, great work by Lewis, but a quick turnover refutes that. Almost ripped away, racing forward. Good speed on number 8 goes for Jones. Now connects it with Jack Dietrich. The Crew will have to back it up. That's Loggy. Spins it towards the left for Shea Smalley. 33rd minute still. 1-0 Columbus Crew. Keep it on the right wing. Heavy defensive pressure from Dayton. Now Bent swings it back. And Columbus now attacks the open side of the pitch. Now before David Janis jumps out. Janis has seen action in MPSL play so far this season. Mostly as a substitution. Late in the games for Dayton. Feed up. Is a little too fast for the Crew forward, and it will be a goal kick on the way for Dayton. Again, our sponsors are Circuits and Cables, Premier Health, Voss Auto Network, Modelo Especial, and WG Grinders as our concession folks. Delicious choice of food at the concession stand. Also have to thank our helpers. That was the mic bumping into the other mic I'm using. I'm sorry, folks. Helpers running the front gate. It's Richardson now with the ball. And putting up the banners. And running the merchandise table. I think WG Grinder folks run the concession stand, if I'm remembering right. 35th minute, and don't forget, fans, to follow along on Twitter at Dayton Dynamo, your best game day tracker. And also on Facebook, give a big old thumbs up to the Dayton Dynamo FC Facebook page. Mary Wharton handling Facebook, and Chad Hollingsworth back on the Twitter feed. last week had a nugget of gold saying, halftime stats? I don't know. They sit on the other side of the press row. That's a gold star tweet right there. Oh, I'm sorry, heart tweet. Twitter changed that a year or so ago, didn't they? 35th minute, 1-0 Columbus, and heading towards one of the corner exits here at Roger Glass Stadium. It'll be a Dynamo throw-in deep in their defending third. Just to preview a little bit about Roger Glass Stadium, you have seats on the near side and the far side of the pitch. You also have a large concrete concourse over towards the right. A little walkway over towards the left. 36th minute, 1-0 Columbus Crew, SC. Back line. Smalley left wing. Back out now, AJ Patterson. Nope, scratch that. That's Niall Loggy. My roster's getting all confused, I'm sorry. Richardson well out of his box looking to help out that back line. That's confidence. Feed your team. Now the Dynamo come away from it in traffic. Here's Lyle spinning towards the right. Good speedy pickup by Austin Lewis. Flips it up top. Here's Richardson coming in for the catch. And he'll run into Alberto Zaragoza, who is down on the turf. Looks like Zaragoza is okay as Richardson gets rid of the ball. Must have hit Zaragoza wrong, and we'll have a foul on the Dynamo. It's a free kick, and this might be a card. I was looking back, see if Zaragoza is getting up. Looks like the card is going to stay in the pocket of the referee. Just a calm talking to by the folks in the neon green kit. Almost Seattle Sounders colors, mind you. Or lime green if you're not a big Seattle fan. Flipped in towards the box. Nice bicycle kick attempt by the Crew. However, it is well wide to the left and a goal kick for the Dynamo. 37th minute, Columbus 1, Dayton 0 here in downtown Dayton, Ohio. Lots of dark gray clouds threatening over the skyline, and that goal kick sails over towards the supporters group of the Gem City Squadron. Wind playing a little bit into a factor of that. So far, no rain has hit Roger Glass Stadium. You can't blame the broadcaster, nor can you blame the PA announcer. I'm doing both right now. You can't blame either announcer for jinxing weather or in other things, perfect games in baseball, what have you. Up top, no one close for Columbus. Hollings will have some time to settle it down. Talk about Wright State Raiders. There's also Dayton Flyers on the Dynamo side. Aiden Bean listed as a reserve for tonight's contest. Bean made a couple of starts in friendly games last year for the Dayton Dynamo, including a game where he had, I think he had a brace. Something very close. No, he had that 4-goal game. That's right. I knew he had a very spectacular game. That might have been the Chicago Mustangs game at Wright State's Alumni Field. You would think I remember that. That was the last game last year. Here's a whistle and a Dynamo foul. Free kick for the Crew SC. And Dan Bent's going to make the long trek for the ball. There's lots of local talent on this Dynamo squad. Ohio well represented. 39th minute, Columbus still leading 1-0. Speeding forward is Dietrich. He has been a quick forward up top for the Crew. Drops it behind, waiting on the other side. And this one's Hollings. And that's a goal kick. He trying to jump for that ball, and it's wide. Hollings getting a workout as the Crew offense has been churning out opportunity after opportunity. The Dynamo haven't had a solid look on Richardson in quite some time. A couple minutes at least. We enter the 40th minute of action. Bent hits it towards the logo on the banner. Stays with the Dynamo. A plethora of ball children helping out tonight on the far side of the pitch. Always nice to get the youth involved. high over the head of Janis. Throw in for Columbus. Just to go over what you can see from the press box at Roger Glass Stadium. Like I mentioned, downtown Dayton skyline towards your left. You see the old Meade building. That's now the Key Bank building. Changed that around 2000 or so. Free kick for the Crew SC. It's quickly taken. And it's Loggy back out for Carter Richardson. Into the 41st minute we go. Bent takes a hard lick. Crew still maintain possession. Racing for it. Full steam ahead for Zaragoza. Throwing on the way for the Crew. Wind still blowing towards the north. Look at the American flag by the scoreboard. They're blowing northeast. The Gem City Squadron blowing primarily north. That's because the building's behind it. I believe it's a tattoo parlor back there. And also Chaminade Julian, you know, the host of the Dayton Dynamo. Some of the school buildings surround it. Throw in for the Dynamo. Light shining bright here over the artificial turf used for Chaminade Julian High School football, soccer, and lacrosse, and also Dayton Dynamo FC during the summer, the new home of Dayton. Fantastic place to come out, watch a game. Gets a lot of use during the non-winter seasons. Would you think there's only 3? That cross almost picked up quickly, and that could have been a straight race to the goal of Holdings. However, Dayton maintains it. Christoph Rapix playing back in the 42nd minute. 1-0 Columbus, your score. At home, the Dynamo. No wins and a loss, now counting the college games. Left wing time for the Dynamo. They go on the attack. Almost going a little too far ahead, but coming back wisely. Austin Lewis, good heads up read. Going for Austin Horton. Wearing the number normally worn by DuPont in the NPSL games. Horton getting his chance to shine. Wore number 2 in the last conference game, actually. By the end line, stripped away. Nice poke by the Crew defense. Skims over one Crewsman's head. And back out by Jordan Jones. 43rd minute, 1-0 Crew. Shouldn't have too much stoppage time for this first half. Here's Smalley, left wing. One-on-one with Austin Lewis. Sends it towards traffic. Pulled back. Comes the Crew on the attack on the right wing. 2 up top for the black and gold. Dietrich towards the right. The Crew, about 10 or so minutes ago, had 5 subs come in. Lyle back. He's got a race for it. However, that's going to be a free kick as Janis took that a little rough. Free kick right by the Eagle logo. 44th minute. 1-0 to Dynamo trail. Now we're starting to feel that breeze come into the press box, which would be towards the camera view. It's a nice breeze. Free kick is just going to be caned back a little bit into Dynamo defensive country. Taken by Jimmy Foltz. If I remember right, Jimmy Foltz played a couple matches last year with the Dynamo. That name sounds oddly familiar. And Mackenzie over here giving me the bobblehead yes. Now up top, here comes the Crew. Like I mentioned, the defense has been a real hammer for the Crew. They have kept the Dynamo out of chances for a long time now. Crew throw in, and they're attacking third in the 45th minute with stoppage time closely approaching. Skies turning darker. Away from the box. Stomped down by Dietrich. Pulls it back. Here's a long send in. Hollings. A short hop. He'll make the catch over his head. And now dribbles it once. So he prepares to send it away. The wind not favoring him. So he gets it close to the eagle feathers, but not much else. And the Crew send it right back to him. That's a goal kick for Dayton. Teams are going to swap for the second half, meaning Carter Richardson's going to have that disadvantage on him. Off the shoulders of a Crew striker. Up top, stoppage time begins. And that's a corner kick for Columbus. Third one of the night for the visitors. Corner kick, Columbus Crew. Taken by number 10, Jack Dietrich. Third corner kick on the way for Dayton. Far corner, both hands up for number 10. He'll left foot this one in. Janice says, He'll have a long head throb on that. And it's a throw in for the Crew. Not quite to the street. That's Perry Street out there. But not easily reachable. Here's Hollings with a nice jump. So we're still in stoppage time. Eyes are now upon the referee. And now here's a solid chance for Dayton. Lyle trying to burst through behind the back of a defender, and the defender gets it. However, that results in the first corner kick for Dayton. It's time for a Dayton Dynamo corner kick. Taken by number 13, Connor Hughes. Corner kick on the way for Dayton. As you might have heard through the PA, aka the microphone, I didn't mute. Here it goes, left foot over the head of Bent, and knocked away by the Crew. It's going to be picked up by Dayton Schluter, and that will do it. That's 45 minutes in the books, and the Columbus Crew have a 1-0 lead against the Dayton Dynamo in tonight's friendly at Roger Glass Stadium. We'll take a break, come back for the second half action here on the YouTube home of Dayton Dynamo. fans, get ready because here comes the second half. And indeed, second half is upon us here from Roger Glass Stadium on John Q. Sherman Field. It is a 1-0 Columbus Crew lead as both teams swap sides. And a new goalie in the net for Dayton is Ethan Dewhurst. Dewhurst will be checking in. Substitution for the Dynamo. Now in the net, number 1, Ethan Dewhurst. There's a plethora of substitutions for the Dynamo. There's number 25, I believe that's Greg Williams out there. Bai Kabe checks in. He's on the back line. I believe, if that is a number 10, no, that's number 21, Michael Diley out there, along with Alberto Zaragoza, who is not a sub. No, that's 27, Jared Scarfpin. So that's a brand new defensive line for the Dynamo. Like I mentioned in this second half, prepare to see a lot of new faces because in friendlies, yes, wins are sweet. However, you got to get the youth involved if they're going to be the future of your Dayton Dynamo FC. 1-0 Columbus Crew scored by Jolene Bio, the Wright State Raider, as Dan Bent and company send it back up. Through the legs of Bai Kabe in front of number 9. Like I mentioned, the few subs that checked in for Columbus, we have all but one of them that we do not know who they are. We apologize. Don't have an official roster in our hands in the 47th minute. 1-0 Crew. Here's Bai Kabe. Goes towards his right. That's now Michael Diley. Dynamo now have the benefit of the winds blowing towards their back, meaning Carter Richardson's going to have a tough time with the goal kicks if he wants them airborne. Dewhurst back with it. He's got the away blue and black kit. That's the kit that the Dayton Dynamo wear on the road, a very sharp kit. And I believe that's a different number on the back, but that's Ethan Dewhurst in the net, as Ryan Hollings had the red and darker red kit. Here's a nice feed. It's Scarfpin chasing this down, and he slips on the artificial turf. And that is a throw-in for the Crew. Again, our sponsors, Voss Auto Network, Premier Health, Circuits and Cables, along with Modelo Especial handling the beer. Which reminds me, as the double-duty announcer for tonight, make an announcement before the 75th minute about the beer tent closing down shop in the 75th, which I already said. Crew now tiptoeing on defense. Good pressure there by Dayton. I believe that's Bryce Childers with the force. However, it's coming back the other way for Dietrich and company. The Crew leading 1-0 as we enter minute number 48. For a brief moment before we start the second half, a very light, misty rain was coming in almost sideways, like horizontal sideways. Heading towards the east. Fans with the ponchos, some of them put them on. I'll see a lot of umbrellas out there. They might be taken with the wind, how strong it is. Now controlled it is Dayton. Do not have a number 16, but I believe that might be Eric Kissinger out there, the boys soccer coach of Miami Valley School, a private school, the Rams, off Ron Road between West Carrollton and Centerville. High pop-up, shy of the box, handled by the Crew defense, fed back in by Dayton, at the corner, and popped up off the foot of Niall Logie, who's been a solid defensive back. 49th minute, 1-0 Columbus. Left wing time for the Crew defense. Spun off the foot of a defender. It's a throw-in on the way for Dayton. Drop down low, it is Janis towards the far corner. The Crew, like I mentioned, as of late, the Crew, their defense in the 50th minute, their defense has kept the Dayton offense at bay. It started off with during the game where Dayton was just attacking. And And they got some good shots on Carter Richardson. And Richardson even turned away a PK with Tristan Lyle hitting the football crossbar. And that's the second home match in a row for Dayton. Friendly and non-friendly. There's been a missed PK by the Dynamo offense. Goal kick for Columbus Crew. Heading into the exit of the 50th minute. The Crew lead 1-0. Taken away from Bryce Childers. Couple opportunities for Childers.
There we go. All right, thanks, son.
Throw in on the way for the Dynamo. Into the box.
Laugh at me tonight, kid.
Childers heads it past the end line. It is a goal kick for Columbus Crew. Want to thank Ned Edge Training. So we have another whistle. And a second ball has appeared on the pitch. Carter Richardson in goal for Columbus Crew SC. Now Ethan Dewhurst in for the Dayton Dynamo, taking the place of Ryan Hollings after 45 minutes of work. Crew have their defenders spread very far in the pitch, and Dayton comes up with a takeaway in their attack. Angelo Willie blitzed away by Dietrich. Throw in on the way for Dayton. Still a lot of dark clouds hanging over our heads. A 7 o'clock start instead of the normal 7:30. Threw me off guard on there, actually. Michael Diley controls it now. On the far left, he's got Greg Williams. Here's Cabay teeing one off. Out of play. It's a throw-in for Columbus. They're on the blacktops with the triple yellow stripes on the shoulders. White numbers, yellow shorts. Similar Crew kit to the MOS team. Of course, the only difference being the sponsor up front. For the longest time, it used to be Barbasol, shaving creams. Now it's Acura. I believe the Acura deal is with Central Ohio helping out on that deal. Left wing time for Angelo Willie. Rolls it up ahead. Back out, now controlled by Greg Williams. 1-0 Columbus heading into the 53rd minute. The pitch should be a little slippery since we've had that mist coming. Send in towards the box, racing forward, out of room. It's a goal kick on the way for Columbus. We see an umbrella pop up. Looks like the rain might start to pick up as we early in the second half. Another whistle by the referee. I believe the referee says, hurry up, hurry up. Now Richardson goes for a goal kick, going against the wind, heading north-northeast towards downtown Dayton. You can really tell in the 54th minute, if you look at the American flag by the scoreboard, the wind's really ripping here through the glass. Back to Richardson. This is the only goalie for Columbus today. The 5 substitutions now starting to warm up. Another goal kick coming in for Columbus. Manuel Apraya, Jaleen Bayo, who scored the goal back around the 32nd minute. Richardson going towards the left, take away Dayton. Good opportunity for the Dynamo. Here is an attack going into the box. Nice strip out towards the right. Send off is high, but reeled in by Williams. Sent back out. Tangling right out of the box. Here's Cabay reaching for it, and that's a Dynamo foul as Cabay got in the inside part of his heel. And just as he's ready to settle it down, now we'll have a substitution. Number 26 checks into the game. Well, actually, it's going to be a throw-in. What? Rain's hitting the pitch. 2 Dynamo names. Austin Horton comes off. That's David Janis. David Janis and Austin Horton come off. Aiden Bean checks in. He's wearing the number 9 jersey today. Like I mentioned, product of the University of Dayton, the Flyers of the Atlantic 10 Conference. Very strong program by Dennis Courier. They play at Beaujean Field. And now the rain picking up. 56th minute, the wind too. Rain's not quite as sideways as it was before we started the second half, but it's pretty darn close. Free kick for the Dynamo, quickly taken by Dayton's Childers. Right wing time, 56th minute. Send into the box, and a catch by the gut for Carter Richardson.
Lee, are you up there?
'57th minute, 1-0. Rain ponchos at the concession stand. That's the beauty of doing both microphones. As the rain is, actually, looks like it's tapered off. So far we've had 2 bursts of rain. The umbrellas haven't went down quite yet. The pitch is going to be slippery, so if you think playing on turf it's slippery enough, add a little moisture to it, you have yourself a glorified game of slip and slide soccer. If it didn't have to deal with so many ACLs and everything, I'd say that'd be fun. See all the sliding, try to get goals like that. 58th minute, 1-0 Columbus. Dayton almost stripped that away. Dynamo are getting some of the wings back on their shoes. Here's Gabay connecting with Williams. Greg Williams played sparingly last year for the Dynamo. Now off towards the right. We'll also thank our camera operator, Khalil. He's doing a superb job for us here on the YouTube home of the Dayton Dynamo. A one-on-one foot race. Loggy towards the corner. Skant high. Here's a header. Richardson gets his hands just in time to dispel it. However, Dynamo almost had their shot there. Richardson, solid job so far in nearly 58 complete minutes. 59th minute starts right now. 1-0 Columbus your score. Second half action. Right now the Dynamo 3 strong defense-wise. Now 4 comes back. Williams moves his way up as the Crew start a slow attack. Midfielder almost ripped away by Angelo Willie. Plethora of opportunities. Yep. 59th minute, 1-0 Columbus. Just got the protocol in case lightning makes an appearance in downtown Dayton. Actually behind us, which would be westbound, we see the sun peering over the dark gray clouds. So maybe, just maybe, we'll have an uneventful weather finish for the second half. 2 bursts of rains in the 60th minute. 1-0 Columbus now up top. I believe that is Kissinger Racing towards the near corner, spins it back out for Williams. Williams now looks over towards his right, and he runs out of room. He slices over the yellow line, and we will have the 5 starters that got subbed down the first half come back in for the Crew. One of them being goal scorer Jaleen Bio from Wright State, joined with Emmanuel Apraya, Agaman Bismarck. Pryor and Bismarck, solid job defensively. Bio jogs on. Alex Bumpus. And getting a correction, Ed Willoughby is number 16. That's not Eric Kissinger. Whistle and throw in for Columbus. On the near touchline by the corner, Jaleen Bio putting some pressure on Willoughby's back. Also playing the first edition of the Dynamo squad last season. Cabay almost collides with his own teammate, does settle the ball down the 61st minute. Dewhurst, his first action in the Dynamo blue. Goes to work, finds seasoned veteran Cabay. Goes for the lone striker up top, over the chest of the closest Dynamo member there. And it's a throw-in on the way for Columbus. So far, the Dynamo unable to connect a lot of solid passes. Dak Dietrich, one of the few swapped out for Columbus, along with Niall Logie. They'll have a well-deserved rest on the bench. Solid defensively by the Crew. Now Dan Bent with the ball, also a Wright State Raider. As the trains start to make their way into downtown Dayton. 62nd minute, 1-0 Columbus off Bio's goal. Beautiful facility here, Roger Glass Stadium, John Q. Sherman Field. It's been a good friendly thus far. Dynamo looking to put some offensive chances against Carter Richardson. So far in the 2 meetings between the Dayton and Columbus, Ohio Crews, Dayton has been outscored 4-0, with that one loss being 3-0 at Welcome Stadium last year. Speeding his way through is Mohammed. He had a pair of goals last year for his Crew. Here's Cabay. 63rd minute is upon us. 1-0 Crew. Dayton goes on a slow attack on the right. Aiden Bean, 4 goals against Chicago Mustangs in a match at Wright State last year. Close out the 2016 edition of the squad. Here's a send in towards the box off of Richardson. He's knocked down, and that's going to draw the referee's whistle. And a free kick coming to Columbus. One nothing Crew. An announcement over the stadium. Fans don't like that, but what can you do? Towards the center line, Columbus with the takeaway, and Mohammed now back out for Richardson. Right now, 2 defenders closing in. Mohammed anchoring that back line now. Emmanuel Apraya. Actually, Bismarck was doing some of that too. The middle of the defensive line. Dynamo now starting to put some pressure on the left. That pass well out of the reach of the nearest Crew midfielder. Throw-in on the way for Greg Williams and company. Towards the left. Nice job keeping it in front of the yellow line by Willie. Back out, here's Cabay in the 64th. Still 1-0 Crew. Jaleen Bio back on the pitch. Scored the goal in the first half. Broke away from a defender using his speed and put Hollings in a very tough position. Easy finish for Bio, who is a Columbus, Ohio native. Picked up by Bumpus on the back. Here's the Crew. Picking up a little speed. Dayton gets their foot in. And just past the touchline it goes, out of the grasp of Aiden Bean. Throw in for Columbus. '65th minute. Want to thank NetEdge Training and Coach Catherine Gordon, the goalkeeper coach for the Dayton Dynamo, allowing us to stream these games on YouTube for you fine folk. Appreciate each and every one of you taking your time this Thursday evening and spend it here at the pitch or online with us. Across the end line, scooped away. Throw in for the Crew deep in their attacking third. I believe that's Bismarck looking for a target. Another throw in for the Crew. 66th minute now. Seems like the wind has settled down just a touch. If you're looking at the flags at Gem City Squadron, you can make a solid case that's not. But the American flag seems to have died down, as Bent now on the defensive prowl keeps it away from Bryce Childers. Throw in for Dayton by the danger zone. Flipped up top. That drum out there, it's not thunder, I promise. It's the Gem City Squadron. They have 2 drums, if I'm not mistaken. Got the Vuvuzela. An instrument made very popular by the Brazil World Cup all those years ago. I think I even have the Vuvuzela app on my iPod still. If you press it a lot of times, it sounds like bees. But now on the right side, Dayton go on the attack. Throw in for Dayton on the way. Towards the box. Spinning in. And off of the shoes of Dan Bent. Here's a nice slide. Putting the Crew defense back. High pop-up heading towards the Eagle logo. Midfield. Cabay comes back, helps out Dewhurst. The 67th minute, heading into the 68th. Dynamo with most of their pressure on the left, the near side of the pitch. Here's Bio. He'll chisel it away, goes for Apraya. Apraya now, he'll skip it over towards his left. Mohammed heading towards the up top. It's swept away and past the corner. It is a corner kick for Columbus. Corner kick, Columbus. Taken by number 7, Emmanuel Apraya. Apraya will go to the far corner, take this, 68th minute. His closest Crew member is Bismarck towards his right, in case he goes the short route. He does not. Goes the low line route as Cabay. Nice leap into the air to knock it away. In his late 30s, Cabay still plays in his golden days. Also representing his home country of Senegal in his career. Very decorated career, bringing him to downtown Dayton, Ohio. 69th minute, 1-0 Columbus, your score. Here's Bent straight ahead. Racing back. And into Dewhurst's right foot, he'll march it to Cabay. Left side. Just set up. Spins in the grass for Greg Williams. And now Dewhurst will walk it up. Richardson on the opposite side, the opposite side for Columbus. In front of his box. Like I mentioned, in the first half, he's about maybe halfway between midfield line and his boxes to help out his defense. Far corner, send in, scooped away by Bumpus.
It's already been announced.
And another throw in for Dayton. One nothing Crew in the 70th minute. If I didn't have my scoreboard up right to my right, I don't know what I would do. 2 microphones is a little tough, but hey, I'm up to the challenge. 3 microphones, which is a walkie-talkie. Yeah, I could handle it. Here's a send-up. The striker stays on side. Bio waits by the penalty kick spot. Scoop to the left. And that's going to be corner kick for Columbus. Corner kick, Columbus. Taken by number 2, Agamemnon Bismarck. Bismarck, the lone crew member to go back. This would be his first corner if he would take it. And there he goes, right footer. Swirls into the Dynamo defensive pile. 71st minute, cleared away. That was the Crew's 5th corner on the night. Dynamo with 1. Back to Richardson, the closest Dynamo member. Well short away. Bryce Childers. It's been a back and forth seesaw battle these last few minutes. You see the Crew now starting to press past the Dynamo defense. Dayton still with opportunities. It's a pleasure being with you this Thursday evening. Dayton gets back into NPSL play against FC Buffalo. Sunday at 4. Here's an opportunity for Childers. 2 on the left, and he pinballs it off the hip of Bent, and the cleanup opportunity for Dayton goes awry. Goal kick for Columbus. Fans of this time, the Dayton Dynamo would like to thank their sponsors in Premier Health, the Voss Auto Network, Circuits and Cables, and Modelo Especial. Back to Dewhurst. So far, pitching half a clean sheet. Or half a clean sheet, if you will, which would be about half a half. Goes for Cabay. Doesn't see anything he likes. And back to the St. Louis, Senegal native. Cabay. Williams takes the left wing. Good defensive movement and a takeaway, and the Crew are in business. Skips over towards the right for Apraya. Looking back, Bio to Apraya. Intercepted by Dayton. Good defensive hold by the Dynamo. Left wing slowing down off the touch of Ed Willoughby. Goes towards the center. Into the box. Onside. The Crew asking for the flags to go up, but it is Columbus's ball. Out of the reach of Apraya. Now he sets up. Goes defensively with Michael Diley. Now up ahead. It is Cabay coming in and whisked away by the Dayton defender. Michael Diley throwing for Columbus, however, as the sun is peeking over the press box of the glass. Turned out to be an okay day. Now up for Bumpus. Join the back line with Bent. Feeds him off an angle, Bent. Straight ahead. Here's Bio. Good footwork by Bio. Back out to Bio, out of his reach, and he leaps as he gets it back to Mohammed on the back line. Left wing time. It's Bumpus again. Sets it up. Looks for Bismarck. The far wing, guarded by Dayton. Aiden Bean. Here's a send-off. Still in play for Columbus. Into the penalties. Low-lier skip. Redirect. Here is Bismarck blocked. Apraya trying to send it towards the hole. However, he was stuffed. Throw in for Columbus. Drums sounding heavily here. Send in off of Dewhurst on a dive, heading to the Modelo Especial tent. And it's a corner kick. Corner kick, Crew. Taken by number 2, Agamemnon Bismarck. 6th corner on the day for the black and gold. Most of the Crew now settling into the box. 4 waiting in case of a counterattack. Over the head of Mohammed. And it is by Gabay saying, no way. Throw in on the way for Columbus as the sun now really shines through here. Didn't think we were going to see sunshine this Thursday evening. I kid you not. But it is a nice touch. Wind's still going wild here at the glass. However, the rain is holding off, and that is the most important thing. Bumpus now screams it over towards his left. That is Dan Bent going to work on the left. Bent drops it. Now it's a Praya. Straight ahead into the box. And slow down off the touch of Dewhurst. Actually, looking at the number on the back of Dewhurst's jersey, that's the number 9 traveling jersey, which would normally be for Matt Kinkoff, who is not on this list tonight. Like I mentioned, some vets, some newcomers getting a chance to play for the Dynamo in this friendly, where Columbus leads 1-0 after 75 minutes. We head into the crunch time for the Dynamo. They trail by a goal. Here's Cabay going for Williams. Dynamo have been trying to attack on the near side of things, while the attacker slips in Angelo Willie. And Childers gets tangled up with the referee. And there's a collision, taking Mohammed down. It's a clean one, as I was going for a possession. And just off the tippy toe of Dayton Flyer, Aiden Bean. 76 minutes, still ticking. 1-0 Columbus Crew SC. Send into the box. Bent off his noggin in front of Childers. Childers with most of the offensive chances against Richardson in the net. Back to the Crew we go. 1-0 Columbus, 77th minute. Nice turnout of the fans. Didn't really see anyone make the way out wide right in that shot from Angelo Willie. Pulls up around the American football 30 and blasts it wide, and quickly the goal kick taken by the Crew. Carter Richardson in the blue for Columbus. Similar shade, a little bit lighter to the Dynamo shade of blue. Bent going towards the right. A good feed up top. Bio awaits. 77th minute. Bio double team, lost the ball in the defender's touch, and last touch by Bio. It is a throw-in for Dayton. Good defensive pressure. Solid to see by Cabay on the defensive line. Veteran has taught these newcomers quite a bit on the defensive line. Definitely a big star on this squad. Towards the logo, here's Dan Bent, putting on his Columbus cape. He jumps up, knocks it forward. Bio goes back. Here's Mohammed now. Catching up as Alex Bumpus leaves the lone defender ahead, going into the midfield in the 78th. 1-0 Columbus off Jaleen Bio's score midway through the first half, and Dayton defense comes up with it. 4-3-2 is what I spy, flying high, and Richardson getting away from the incoming Dynamo striker. And now the Crew march up top. Heading into the 79th minute, don't forget on Sunday at 4, you can watch on YouTube Dayton taking on FC Buffalo. You can also come out to the pitch. Like I mentioned, visitor stands, $5. You get to sit with Gem City Squadron on that side. $10 gets you general admission, the bleachers on this side of the pitch. And for $15 you get a premium seat. Like I mentioned, on your ticket you have a QR code, you scan it, and you see the menu, and you can even order things from the concession stand. Food and drink brought to you. Crew defense now. Towards the left. That's Bismarck. Pulls it in with his right leg. Going straight ahead, and Dayton comes away with it, but back to Praya. Right place, right time for Emmanuel Praya. Back to the black and gold it goes. Good handle work by Columbus. Straight ahead, it's Bile one-on-one against Williams. Bile sells it down towards the far corner. 80th minute. The sun still increasing And nice catch by Dewhurst. A missed header by Columbus. Strong effort by Dewhurst that time. Good vision, good heads-up read. Throwing Columbus in front of the Crew bench. Used to be able to look towards the west window in the press box to see the sun. It wouldn't blind me, but now I can't see anything out of my left eye. That's how strong the sun has gotten. And it feels like if you look out there, not towards the sun, of course, that damages your eyes, but if you look out there, see the gray clouds starting to melt away. Like the severe weather is leaving Montgomery County. 3 defenders back for the Crew as they control the ball, keeping away from the Dynamo offense, held at bay. 1-0 Columbus, 81st minute, here we go. Back to the Crew, they're heading left to right in this half. Dayton right to left on your screen, however you watch us on YouTube. Speeding towards the left, connected, it's Bismarck. Straight through the screen, can't connect it to his intended target. Throw in for Dayton. Dayton 0-2 in friendlies, not counting the college games. Dayton 2-2-1 with wins against Wittenberg and Wilmington, Springfield and Wilmington and Clinton County, to be precise. A draw against Urbana on the road in Champaign County. Skip back out, Richardson back. And the 2 losses to Cincinnati Dutch Lions of the Premier Development League. Stripped away, and Mohammed down, play on as the Dynamo have the ball. Here's Childers with the setup, racing towards the right, block shot! And Bent comes up with a cleanup. Mohammed with his hands, his face, and one of them reaching towards his right calf. It's Abdi Mohammed. The trainers are being waved in by the referee. We certainly hope that young man is okay. He's had himself quite a match for Columbus. 82nd minute, a 1-0 Columbus lead over the Dayton Dynamo. By the way, in friendlies at home, Dayton is 1-1 if you count the Wilmington 7-1 win. No hydration break in this friendly, as it's just the humidity you have to worry about. It's actually a real cool evening, surprisingly, considering we hit up to near 90. Mohammed is back up. He's A-OK. Shakes it off. I believe he had himself a drink of water. He's back on the pitch. 83rd minute now. We should have a couple minutes of stoppage time. Dayton comes in 5-2-2 in NPSL play, but 0-2 in the friendlies, like I mentioned. Here's Williams, left wing. Williams marches it up, spins it up towards the box. Good pressure by Bent and Bio, the 2 Raiders. Nice stripping away by Dayton. That's Angelo Willie picking up the speed. That's one of the few names, like I mentioned. You'll see a mixture of new and vet. Don't want to say new and old, that's mean. But you see a mixture of the NPSL squad. You see a mixture of the youth getting a chance to show. Maybe they'll make the 18-man dress list. Dayton has 2 more home matches against the NPSLs. The NPSLs. Opponents in the NPSL. I like how I said it first. But 2 more conference games at home. FC Buffalo and Erie. Erie being the bigger, well, both those games are big at home, but the bigger of the 2 is Erie, because that was the team that handed the Dynamo their first loss in conference play, 2-0, and that happened to be the first game Dayton failed to score. Throwing Columbus in front of the Gem City Squadron. Agaman Bismarck with the opportunity. Off the back of the head of, I believe that's Jarrett Scarfpin. Free kick for Dayton. Looks like free kick will have to be taken again as we head to the 85th minute. Clouds starting to change colors. The white puffy clouds on the scoreboard starting to turn orange. as sunset is falling on this downtown Dayton squad. There is another friendly here at home, so I believe that's 3 home matches left. That friendly being against Toledo Villa FC, a team that handed a 5-0 loss to the Dynamo. Free kick on the way for the home squad. No, throw in. My apologies. And back towards the lone striker up top. Jalene Bile, the difference maker in this contest. Scored a goal about halfway through the first half. Throw-ins on the way. Down the feet of Apraya. Hard to believe that July being the last regular season month, you just start the season and then you turn your head for a minute and then wow. Of course, that's for any sport, I suppose, but more so for summer soccer. Clipped off the shoulders of a Dynamo member on the right wing. And a takeaway by Columbus, runs out of steam, except that bounces off a Dynamo member, and that's Columbus's ball. Nice bounce in. We'll have a moment. Gotta give a big shout out to the Gem City Squadron. Like I mentioned, each and every game, difference maker in environment. You hear them chant for 90 plus minutes. Bio looking for the loose ball. Can't take it away from Cabay. Flicked off of the crew. It'll go back to Dayton. Gem City Squadron, they chant for the whole match. They bang the drum. They get excited. They light smoke bombs whenever Dayton scores. Very friendly bunch of folks. Very well knowledge on the sport. Also, last home game while I was the PA announcer, you heard Pete Ziegler call the Rochester at Dayton game. But I was on the PA, as I am tonight, except, doing both. Mentioned a sponsor and Gem City Squadron, get right back on it. Here's a foul going against the Dynamo. Free kick for the black and gold in the 88th minute. Time closing down on this Thursday evening edition of football here in downtown Dayton. Crew march it up right wing. Miss header by Bio. Cleanup job, that's Bismarck. And swept away unintentionally off a teammate. Now Dayton on a 2-on-2 rush. Quickly on there is Mohammed. Great defensive speed by the Crewsman. He'll knock it out of bounds. And it's Dayton with the throw-in, giving it up for Aiden Bean. Winds seem to have died down now all around the pitch. Have a nice breeze going through up here. Not too hot, not too cold. It's just right. Throw-in for Columbus on a scary looking tangle. Both gentlemen are A-OK, however. Crew will swap it back to Bismarck, who's on top of the last 2 defenders. Again, our sponsors are Circuits and Cables, Premier Health, Voss Auto Network, Modelo Especial, Premier Health. Richardson out of his box again. Sends it up top. And now here's an opportunity as Ed Willoughby slips. Plants his foot down too strong, unable to move for the ball. So we enter the 90th minute now. Here's Apraya. Apraya spun around. Now pulls it back. Empty far side of the pitch. As Bumpus now comes up with it. Goes up top. It's Bismarck. Bio, right hand up, saying, give me the ball up top. He is without a defender. Now met up with Greg Williams. 1-0 Columbus of Jaleem Bio's goal. Bio scoring in his collegiate town, Dayton, Ohio. A collision down there. Ref has let these boys play. Here's Bent. Bumpus sets it up on the left. So we're heading towards stoppage time here in Dayton, Ohio. Almost looked like Bismarck was reaching for the ball as he was expecting to go out of bounds. Keeps it in play, avoids his hands. Stoppage time in the second half. 1 minute of stoppage time. Not much stoppage time to work with at the Dynamo 1-2, but a goal on the board. Nice footwork, a cleanup job. It's Jaleem Bio up top. A little bit of bumping, frees the ball away, and now Dayton goes to work. Eyes now lie upon the referee in the green as he makes a catch. That's a handball on the referee if I ever saw one. Play on. He is part of play after all. I don't think I've ever seen that in my time as PA in soccer around Dayton and broadcasting it. I don't think I've ever seen the ref make a catch. Nice sweep away from the incoming cruiseman. It's Ethan Dewhurst getting down low. Solid 45 minutes from him. And the whistles blow. And that's full time. Columbus Crew SC defeat the Dayton Dynamo 1-0 here from Roger Glass Stadium. That's full time from Roger Glass Stadium. The Columbus Crew SC defeat the Dayton Dynamo 1-0. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you for joining us this Thursday evening. Making us a part of your Thursday evening. Also, a big shout out to the Gem City Squadron. They keep the drum beating and the chants flowing throughout downtown Dayton. The Gem City Squadron. Dayton with the friendly loss fall to 2-3-1 in overall friendlies. As neither team can score in the second half, as fans start to file out here. Next game will be Sunday at 4 against FC Buffalo. And we hope you join us then on the YouTube broadcast or come on out to the pitch and enjoy a match from Dayton, Ohio. That'll do it for the broadcast. This is Lee W. Mowen signing off. Thank you for your patience as I juggled the two microphones tonight. And please join us on Sunday for Dayton versus FC Buffalo.